My name's Tim Schue. I work for Dorado Software, and we're a recent joiner to the SONiC community. We are working on contributing and helping furthering the technology. SONiC has changed a lot of things. It's really brought that open source kind of mentality to a network operating system. It's set it up so that you really have this ability to be very platform independent as well as contribute back to what it is. In the sake of Dorado Software, since we're primarily a management platform, it means that we can do an awful lot of co-development work on a platform that's publicly available, well documented, source code's available, so we can figure out what it's doing, why it's doing, and get the answer quick to something. It's really significantly changed kind of how we look at innovation and how fast we can innovate. Okay. How it's different from other open source stuff. SONic's done a very good job at building a community. In a past life, I've dealt with several other kind of either open source or kind of, we'll call them smaller NOSes and things like that ended up becoming open source. And it seemed like none of them ever got the foundation that SONiC got. Never got the number of contributors or the number of backing entities that SONiC has gotten. And the additions to things like Psi and the container-based tooling and automation stuff is all really, really outstanding and really shows in the community and the contributors. Seeing the progress, seeing just from when I started seeing SONiC to now, which has been quite a few years now, it's fun to see how many more contributors and how much of the feature set. Originally, it was just a very small use case, layer 3 in the data center, kind of a little router thing, and it's turned very much into a very wide breadth, feature rich, and community driven in the sense that we can have these conferences and have great conversations like today around how do we make it better, how do we make it work for this edge use case instead of a traditional data center, and it's fun to see our customers, being a company that's selling software to my customers, but really the people consuming SONiC and using SONiC day in and day out, their needs and wants, getting feedback on the product. It's just so much more agile. It's so much faster. There's a couple of interesting use cases out there that are really pretty fun. I think watching what's going to happen as the programmable chips progress and the DPUs and things like that progress, I think will be really fun to see SONiC take use and take hold in that market, in that use case, because of its the nature of the product, the nature of the software. I think it's much more agile than a lot of the other things. So plugging in a new piece to Psi or plugging in a new piece to some sort of action or task seems to be so much easier in some ways. It's fun, very API driven and very, very friendly. Yeah. The main benefits I think are pretty easy. You can get an operating system that works across different hardware platforms and works across different tooling. So whether it's automation tooling in-house or whether it's automation tooling that you purchase, and a combination thereof. So if you're using one tool for management and monitoring and another tool for orchestration, you can take those pieces and plug them together. SONiC is built on a very open and easily accessible platform. In that way, I think probably obstacles will be keeping the SONiC platform small enough to fit and fast enough, agility-wise, fast enough and progress fast enough in feature set, and then adding those kind of what I would call edge use case kind of scenarios. So the ability to maybe use it on a traditional campus, like we talked about today in the session I did. I think it's exciting and fun, and I think it's got a ways to grow to be there, but I'm excited to see it get there. Well, the first and easy one is agile, and I think that even came through in a lot of the questions you had. I find it to be a very agile product, piece of software. It's not a product. It's way more than that. It's just so versatile and it's so easy to take and build on. So that's definitely it. Open from the standpoint of cross-vendor, cross-hardware, even cross-platform. The ability to be on something like a less traditional switch, I think, is right there. It'll be any minute now we'll see stuff like that. I think that openness from not just the software development standpoint, but also from the platform supportability through the Psi is really, really key. I'm struggling for the last word here. So I got nothing. I think those are the two biggest ones for me.